Alright, so this is 2381X update number 7. It is September 9th, and here is the robot so far. So, what changes have we made to the robot so far? Oh, it's been a long time since I made an update. Okay, so the first thing is we've added sprockets down here so that when the intake runs, because the motor is back here, and it's actually mounted on the plate, and it's driving this sprocket back here. What happened, we found is that when the ball was up here and it was going up into the flywheel, there wasn't enough tension from just the rubber bands to keep this, to keep the J tension to keep the sprocket driven. So we added in these sprockets so that way that we can actually pull like the rubber band in, because what was happening before was the rubber band was squishing inwards just a bit too much, where you couldn't actually intake the balls, and that this chain was skipping, and it's not already holding very well because there's already rubber bands over it. So that's there for tensioning. We also added in a whole bunch of this stuff at the front here, so that when you intake the ball, you get a little bit more grip, and we can put friction mat over this as well, just because we found that, I'll get a ball. When the ball comes in, you want a little bit more compression on it, and then you can help feed it up, and then once you feed it up, it goes all the way up, passes when you do those two areas, and then it goes all the way up, and then you spin this chain and it'll go into the sprocket in this flywheel area, and then it goes up and then shoots. We'll have flywheel shooting sometime soon. So that brings me up to the intake, which we have changed just a bit. So under here, there's friction mat, which is attached to these steel prongs. It's just zip tied on, and our friction mat is not black because we're cool like that. It's attached to these steel prongs. These are going to be changed to aluminum later on, and they're obviously going to, because right now they're extending way past the front of our robot. Then we use rubber bands along the side to tension it upwards, so that wherever the ball comes from, it kind of feeds into the center, and then it goes up into the middle. And then let's see if I can get this. Back here, we just have the friction mat again zip tied onto the sides, and there's enough tension back here that it roughly stays on. And then this is our hood. So there's 3 layers of compression mat. We cut it down to size, just zip tied on in a few locations. We've rubber banded the flywheel. This is 3 layers of rubber banding on our flywheel. Not the greatest, but good enough for now. We have 2 limit switches on the side, 1 and 2. These are used to detect when the ball is in location. So if we have a ball, I'm gonna just bring it up. Ball comes up, and then it'll tell us, hold on, you need to drive the right sprocket. That limit switch will detect when that ball is in place, so that's lower ball. I keep spinning the sprocket, and then this limit switch detects when it's in the higher location, ready to fire. And then once that limit switch gets depressed, it knows that it's in the flywheel area and is ready to be brought up. The locations of these need to be fixed up a bit. Right now they're just mounted on an aluminum bar because we ran out of other parts. So this is our umbilical cord. This is just temporary, so a whole bunch of LEDs here. Testing 1 green, 1 red, 1 yellow. They give us feedback on what's happening, but everything else here, you see we ran out of caps, so we just use standoffs to hold these on. This one's actually on a twisted bar, the other one's mounted on another bent bar down there that's coming off of, I don't even know, it's coming off of, you can see, it's coming off of that front area there to go back there, so that's whatever. We did fix up the wiring, so now it's neat and tidy everywhere. All the wiring is neat and tidy, except for that, again, umbilical cord, because we were just using that for testing. So that's the front of the robot so far. Then we have the lift. So last time some people were commenting, oh my god, your lift can't go up and reach the tall post. Okay, so here's the lift all the way down. And it's all the way down, there's no tension on it whatsoever. If we take a cap, it'll slide into here just fine, all right? Then when the lift goes up, you'll notice that we have, okay, so I'm gonna hold this up because our lift is a little bit, so we have these linear motion sliders that are held on to our lift face, and this was just for proof of concept. These are gonna be replaced with custom sliders later. And right now it's just held on with chain, with our aluminum down there, goes across, goes around the lift, and attaches down there. So it's like a giant pulley system but with a lot of friction. So then if Victor's gonna hold this for a second, I lift the lift all the way up. This is gonna go all the way up. I come over here, cap comes down, robot goes back. So yeah.